The year is coming to a close, so that means McFarlane is now finishing up this Star Wave. It took forever, really. I mean, obviously, we know these figures get released only quarterly, so it was kind of weird with Superwoman and Owlman. They kind of got released simultaneously, so it was kind of a big wait to get Power Ring. But we finally got him. This is the final piece. I know a lot of people were hoping to see Johnny Quick get made. I when I was doing my Flash review for the Page Punchers, I thought that Flash was kind of a perfect stand-in. So I'll probably show that comparison with this whole complete team, but later on in this video. But anyways, this is the figure. Obviously, the back of the box looks as the same, and it just shows the complete lineup. I think next year we're getting Flashpoint. I think that's the next quarterly set. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to see what McFarlane does, but they've already announced Aquaman for that. Alright, so here we have Power Ring outside the box, and it's definitely a nice figure with like the metallic green and the black. It just kind of really does pop out a bit for me. Looking at the figure up close, you'll see that this figure uses almost entirely the same body as Parallax. The only thing that is completely new is the upper chest area. That had to be entirely newly sculpted. I'll show a comparison later on. And then obviously the head sculpt. And then the hands would be also different. But you can see he has a nice sculpt of the ring right there, and it pops out. Definitely nicely colored. Definitely want to see that with more future Lantern characters, getting a good detailed ring in there. But anyways, in the back, you know, this green is a little bit different throughout the figure. This is kind of more of like a matte green, but then once you get to the shoulder pads and chest area, it becomes more metallic. And then the face, you know, that's more of like a matte color for that green. But pretty nice. I mean, I do dig the figure a bit more than I thought I would in person. But, you know, it's just kind of like, oh, yeah, Parallax all around here. Here's Power Ring next to Parallax. And like I said before, you can notice the similarities already. If you look at the lower torso and then the legs and then the arms are exactly the same. The hands are different. And, you know, the upper chest, you can just see totally different designs right there. So that all just kind of goes along with it. Even though these figures did come out like how it is, I do feel like McFarlane will make another Crime Syndicate set. We have seen him do that already before with the Batman Beyond wave that was released very similar. They had that huge box thing, so I do feel like these 4 figures will pop up again. Probably will be the same, but I don't know. You know, but I kind of hope he gets something different too. I hope he gets something that does involve Johnny Quick, or, you know, get a single release of him, get some other figures from that universe. I think that'd be pretty cool. So here is Power Ring next to Power Ring from DC Universe Classics. Obviously they're, you know, different characters. You know, obviously they're going for Hal Jordan, and this figure they're going for John Stewart. You know, I'm not entirely familiar with the John Stewart version of Power Ring. And I was, you know, I didn't bother really looking it up, but I was looking at the card, and all it really did was just give me the same basic information that I already knew about John Stewart. We've all been waiting for Starro. You know, this is the figure we've been waiting for all year to build. I wasn't sure how this was going to come out and how it was going to look building together. It wasn't too bad. I think it was all right for the most part. But, you know, the detailing on it is nice. I like how the figure does look as far as sculpt goes. You know, it's got, you know, pretty cool mouth area. You know, it's a nice looking figure. It's, you know, it's cool that we're able to get a Starro. However, you know, I think this is kind of like he needs to get bigger though, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure he's been in all sizes, and, you know, but what I wanted to see was something just getting really massive like we've seen in Suicide Squad. If you've seen my videos before, you know I've mentioned it, and I'll always mention it again. Like, I think Starro needs to have be a part of like a mega wave, be a mega figure in a portion, you know, and make a gigantic figure that, you know, I could say you know, something that would scale, you know, large. You know, obviously not, you won't get the same height like in the movie, but you know, something that you can say, oh, well, it's a massive look, and you can get some good articulation points, I think, with the Starro figure, you know, if done correctly. But I digress. Here's Starro next to a other version of Starro. I forgot what it was called. It wasn't DC Universe Classics, but it was some random like 5-pack that had like these 3 3/4 inch figures that was like Superman, Martian Manhunter, things like that. I can't really remember. But you know, from that set, I really wanted the Starro because I felt like he was a perfect fit for at least some sort of size, even though it was out of scale. I thought it was great for a DC Universe Classics stand-in. But yeah, obviously McFarlane's version is a more, you know, grimier, realistic looking kind of version of a starfish, and obviously it has 3 eyes. But you know, I think both are still very nice to have in your collection. If you know, I mean, they're both very different. But then I don't know how much the Starro on the right goes for now. It is McFarlane's first Starro, but I don't think it should be its last. I think we should still get that Suicide Squad movie version of Starro. You know, I haven't talked about Black Adam or anything yet. I do want to make a movie review about that, but you know, I do have to say, since now that is the confirmed universe that we are in with, you know, the Suicide Squad, Black Adam, and Superman, everything being in the same universe, you know, we know this. I think we should have a version of Starro and make it that figure, how I mentioned before. You know, require 12 figures to build it, make him a mega figure for the center eyepiece, you know what I mean? And just, I think that would work. I think it'd be an awesome figure to get and include in a collection, you know, or make it even a Kickstarter. I'm pretty sure it ain't going to be that much like Hasbro's, you know, that's another possibility, but I think it could work. So hopefully we do see another Starro in the end. That one thing that I really loved that McFarlane did with this wave was that each figure included a Starro spore. And I think that was so awesome, you know. It's definitely, you know, a piece that was definitely like a nice touch to the whole wave. Because then you get to do something like this, you know, you could have an infected Justice League, you know, you know, for Power Ring, I was waiting to put that on this Batman here, you know. I was like, okay, that's the Batman I want to use. I was basically trying to get every angry looking sculpt to have it because it just makes sense to me. So you know, I think this was a nice touch. It definitely gives a nice vibe to the collection too, you know. So I'm hoping we see more. I you know, I mean, if McFarlane can sneak in Starro spores somewhere else or release them as a separate pack, you know, I think I'd be down to get one, you know. Mattel, I know they released like small ones before, but that was like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and that became like hard to get. So, you know, these are a nice touch too. You know, I think it's cool to have. And, you know, hey, if McFarlane wants to figure out ways to release more, I mean, I'm down for it. So that's it for this review, guys. I do give Power Ring here a 7 out of 10. I think it works pretty well for what we got, and it definitely makes the set look nice altogether. And Starro here, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I mean, like, we've been waiting forever for this guy to get built, and I love the sculpt and everything. I think it does look excellent. I just think it's just missing, you know, that extra, you know, thing to make it bigger and more articulated. I think that would have been done with 4 figures, just a little bit bigger. I think we could have gotten a bigger Starro, but, you know, who knows. Hopefully McFarlane does still work on another Starro. The spores were also a very nice touch, though, to it, so I do appreciate that. So anyways, that's all I have to say for this review, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. Hit that thumbs up button if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.